Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing well. This is your reading for the month of April, the year 2020. The universe always has a message for us no matter what's going on. I know a lot of things are going on around the world and a lot of us are scared, but all hope isn't lost. You know, we always have the all-seeing eye of the universe orchestrating everything and watching everything. So I hope that everyone is safe and that everyone is healthy and that everyone is getting what they need. So let's see, Taurus, what the universe has in store for you in April. So Taurus, there seems to be a situation that is connected to money, connected to maybe rent, house mortgage, car payments. Some of you all have a child or multiple children and you're very much worried about. You're immersed in that circumstance. Sorry about the noise, guys. There's construction going on in the neighborhood, which is right in the back of my home. So really bear with me on the noise. I'm so sorry, guys. And I live on a very busy street as well, so. There is a need to be careful what you wish for, be careful what you choose in this time, in the month of April, okay? Understand that everything that is occurring right now or that has occurred, everything, not just the good things, the bad things, the disappointments, the people who have broken your heart, the people who have done you wrong, all of these things happen for a reason that's bigger than what your mind may create. Reasons that your mind may not really be able to comprehend, actually, at this time, currently. But I feel in the future, it will make sense. Some of you all may be having a hard time walking away from someone or something. And you're just immersed in that, and it may have hardened your heart to a certain degree, or there may be a sense of arrogance, Taurus, that you may have towards a situation where you need to see things for what they are, and you may already feel that you already know what you know, like you know enough about this person, or you know enough about the situation to judge it in a certain way. And I feel that, sorry guys, so sorry, my camera won't stay. Let's try this again. So sorry, guys. Alright. So it seems that things are out of sorts, Taurus. Things are just not the way you want them to be. I feel that for some of you, you just want out of a situation. You know, you don't want to deal with it anymore. Some of you all may be depressed and you're just tired of thinking of the same problem over and over and over again for whatever reason. You know, for whatever reason, this situation just resurfaces in your mind and you don't know how to get rid of it. You may feel like it's following you around. But understand, Taurus, that whatever you're dealing with, you don't have to go through it alone. It's okay to get a different perspective or a different opinion from other people. Some of you all may have the way you're putting your energy forward, the way you're projecting your energy may be very, very objective, or it may be very stoic. You guys may have this energy where everything seems to be, I wouldn't say fine, but everything just seems like it's just Like you're just content, you're, you know, living life the way you see fit, but deep down inside, Taurus, there is some type of past situation or some type of, and it could be connected to a marriage or a significant other, a romantic relationship where there is a lot that has occurred. And sorry, there's just a lot going on, Taurus, right now. I see lizards over there moving around and all this noise. So it's interesting that your reading just has all this stuff going on. I read Aries earlier, and these many distractions just weren't, at least I wasn't paying attention to those distractions. So there's definitely there's something that's distracting you mentally. And for those, there may be those of you who are really trying to, you know, put on as if it's not bothering you. You know, at the bottom of the deck we have the Seven of Water, the Seven of Cups here. Be careful what you do. Be careful of the decisions that you need to make. The decision is not an easy one necessarily, but there is a need to approach this decision objectively, yes, and not with emotion, not based on how you feel. It doesn't matter how pretty something looks or how bad something looks. If there's a decision that needs to be made, don't make a decision because the other decision looks scary. Okay? Also, don't make a decision based on how nice something looks. It's very, very important. And this is why I feel, Taurus, it's very, very important that you practice asking for help. You practice asking for advice from other people that you may look up to. Because if you're doing things on your own and you feel that you're a one-man band and that you don't need anyone's help, you don't need anyone's advice, that can get you into a lot of trouble. Okay, and I feel like there is some type of arrogance that you may embody during this time, because there's something that you may have walked away from, someone you walked away from, or something that you just want out of because of some bad things that have happened in the past. You're a fixed sign, you're a fixed earth sign. So it may be very difficult once you've made a decision or you have a perspective on something, you're fixed on it. And it doesn't matter what anyone else has to say, you're stuck on that decision and you're stuck on that perspective and no one can change your mind. You may want to really steer away from that arrogance, you know, because we all have it, you know, we all have it, especially with it being a fixed sign, you know, we are, you know, well, I say we because I'm a fixed sign as well, but Taurus, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to get a different perspective or a different opinion or a second opinion, right? Because with you have the Queen of Air, the Queen of Swords here. Again, it's that objective decision making, that objective perspective where, and I feel like it's connected to your career or it's connected to your finances or your money, okay? Because you have finances and career for your Romance Angel Oracle. This is what is affecting your outlook on things. And for those of you who are in a romantic relationship, or you have your own family, or you're living with friends, or you're dealing with friends, it's okay to ask for help in that time, in regards to that situation. When it comes to your money, it's okay to ask. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to need a shoulder to cry on. We're human, right? We're living beings. And like I said earlier, there is something that you're wanting out of, or you need to walk away from. Either you need to walk away from it, or it's something that you've already walked away from. It's a situation that you don't want to be in, right? You don't want to be in this situation. Or for some reason, even if you did walk away from it, Taurus, you're still kind of focused on it with the Five of Water here, the Five of Cups. So some of you all may have this perspective of, if things don't turn out exactly the way you want them to turn out, then all is just lost, or you know, you just made the decision to be angry Okay, or you've made the decision to just, whenever the universe presents certain situations to you, you reject it because you automatically feel, well, now that this person's back or this situation is here, then I'm going to have to go about dealing with the situation the way I've always been dealing with it. And that's not how you should deal with it, Taurus, because it's okay to think outside the box, to do things differently. Okay, it's okay to think about, like, again, there is something that you are dealing with. It may come across as you being objective, but it's actually that objective reaction is actually stimulated by a certain emotional burden. And that is something that needs to be let go of, okay? In some ways, your actions paint your objective behavior, your logical behavior is being painted by an emotional brush. Okay, this logical picture is being painted by an emotional brush, you know. Be careful how your emotions affect your actions. The best thing to do in this time, in order for you to make the right decision, okay, with the Seven of Water here, the only way to make the appropriate decision is if you align your emotions with your actions, or align your emotions with your spirit and your mind. They both have to align. You have to see things for what they are. And seeing things for what they are is not just seeing things for what they are with other people. It's about with yourself. It's understanding, okay, what are some flaws or some things that I've been doing that is keeping me from reaching a certain goal, or keeping me from growing as a person, okay, or making better friends, or becoming closer to my significant other, or finding a new significant other. What are some things that are keeping you from manifesting better things or better people in your lives? And when it comes to your career and finances, Taurus, there is something new that needs to take place on your end. There is something new that you need to practice. There's something that you need to do that is really not easy for you. It's not easy for you at all. But once you make that decision to do better, to do something different, you know, you have selenite. This is a stone that was chosen for you, and it says spiritual awakening. It says, I am a spiritual warrior of light. So it's seeing things clearly, because the selenite and the Queen of Air both coincide. They're the same thing. It's all about clarity. The Queen of Air, the Queen of Swords. Some of you all may have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in your chart. You need to get in touch with that to really see things for what they are. To really see, okay, how are my actions contributing to this situation, negatively or positively? It's being realistic. So there may be those of you who may be thinking that you're being realistic, but you're not. Okay? For others of you, there could be someone that you're dealing with who may come across and make you feel like you're not being realistic, but in actuality, they're not being realistic about things because they have emotional issues that they're dealing with, that they're trying to pretend isn't a factor, but it is a factor. Okay? Don't let people's actions fool you, okay? But also don't be fooled by your own actions. Just because you're doing something that seems objective and it seems realistic and it seems wise, what are your intentions behind that, right? I'm so sorry, guys. So I'm back. There's just a lot of distractions going on. My camera's falling, my camera's, you know, my battery's going out, or just noise all over the place. It's crazy. So this is why I feel every single time there is a distraction during a reading, Taurus, it's usually a sign for that zodiac, right? So you may have a lot going on, Taurus. A lot of things going on with the Seven of Water here, the Seven of Cups. You may have a lot of decisions that you feel you need to make. You may feel that you can't just dwindle everything down to a couple of things or one thing that you need to accomplish. But you need to really understand clarity, emotional clarity, mental clarity with the Queen of Air here. Okay? For those of you who have air in your chart, you really need to tap into that energy. Because, and also be wise enough to, and open yourselves to counseling, to really, you know, if you can't come to a certain conclusion within your minds and your hearts about a certain situation that you're dealing with, especially when it comes to your finances, there may be a need for you all, for, you know, for those of you out there who are open to that, go to counseling, go to therapy, go speak to someone, because the Queen of Air can definitely represent a therapist. Okay, it could definitely represent someone who can help you come to a certain conclusion, to help you unwind, to help you to help you understand how to bring certain emotions to the surface that you may be trying to suppress. Okay? The truth must be embraced, always. Okay? Because we have the puffin here and it says partnership. Okay, and it says, accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. So you don't have to do this on your own. It is absolutely okay for you to ask for help, Taurus. Okay? You do not have to deal with these things on your own. Understand that you're not alone. You have other people who are going through the same thing, if not worse, during this time. Okay? So, Taurus, if you have a hard time listening to people, being coherent, being attentive, if you have, and I think I said this in your reading a long time ago, if there is someone that you just don't, you just blocked out their voice, you know, you don't want to hear what they have to say, you're over talking them, or you have a tendency to jump to conclusions, or you have a tendency to have a harsh way of communicating with someone because of what has happened in the past, whether, you know, maybe because it's a defense mechanism for some of you, where allowing someone else to speak their mind, allowing someone else to speak their truth, or allowing someone to give you advice, you may feel like that's not something that you're not cool with that. You may want to change that. Okay, it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to make mistakes, Taurus. It's okay. We all make mistakes. Okay? So, open yourself to the spiritual awakening, because spiritual awakening is transformation. It's not an easy task. It's not an easy process. It's a part of yourself that has been the same for so long that the universe has to just kind of knock the wind out of you a little bit so that you can understand that, you know, you're not as strong as you thought you were. You know, you're not the only person on this planet. The world doesn't evolve around one individual. It evolves, you know, like we evolve around the sun, and the sun is something that is always giving to us each and every day. So, Taurus, you're a living being, you're a human being, and being human beings, we all need help. We all have to recognize when we're being checked, you know, by reality. We all have to realize when we're making mistakes and when we're doing things wrong. And even if there's someone who approaches us in a very harsh manner for the things that we do, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means that, you know, you just have to do better, right? There's nothing that you have to prove to anyone. The only thing that you can do is hold yourself accountable to the things that you do. Okay? All things that you do. And be open to connecting with other people in a much more healthier way. Okay? And not feeling like you always have to get your way every single time. It's okay for things to not go 100% your way, because the universe always has a better plan. okay? So much love and light to all of you, Taurus. I love you. I know that this may be a rough time for a lot of you, but you're going to be okay, all right? Take care, guys. Bye.